Alright, so today we're going to go over how to pack bearings. And you just take your run-of-the-mill wheel bearing, to do it the old school way. Get yourself a palm full of grease and take your bearing, and you want to start with the big side, and basically you want to push the grease all the way through till you see it come out the outside. And you just do it a little bit at a time, making sure that you're pressing the grease against your palm, and then once it starts coming through, and you'll see it start to come through. Then you just kind of rinse and repeat and just do that all the way around the entire bearing. As you see, you just kind of work around. And then once you got it all the way through, you can take the excess, kind of give her a little rub on the outside real good. And then your bearing's greased. Another option is to pick up one of these bearing packers. And pretty much you want to set it the smaller end. You want to set that down. Just set it down over this little center deal that's popping up. And it doesn't have to be quite centered because the tapered part of the plunger will straighten it up. And then pretty much just push down and rock it back and forth a little bit. And it will achieve pretty much the same thing. Gets grease all through there. Then you can just pop it out and do the same thing. Just kind of rub some grease all over the outside of it. And that'll get her good and greased up. A cute little booger, isn't it? Now all our bearings are ready to go. And once you got your bearings greased, and you just install them in your rotors. Big bearing first. And then a grease seal. And there we go. And you can install the rotor. Let me stick a rotor back on. And you slip on the outer bearing. There she goes. And a washer, and finally your castle nut. Then find something to tighten it up with. Now a lot of people, you can get a lot of different answers on how to adjust these wheel bearings. What I usually do is spin the rotor in the opposite direction that you're tightening up and get it good and snug like so, and then back it off, and then just give her a little snuggy snug. And that's usually been good enough, because I tend to check and repack that's too tight. I tend to do it by feel and not so much by a particular torque spec, even though some of the newer vehicles have a torque spec. Like I know the Ford F-250s, tighten it down to 21 foot-pounds, back it off till it's loose, and then tighten it down to 18, and they call that done. And that's about what this feels like, just from having doing it for so long. The cotter pin that came with this kit is like super long, so I'm going to cut off this little extended leg so that the cap will fit on. Let's see if I can show that. That would be good enough. I got this one bent back around. And this is all personal preference. You got a certain way you like to do your pins, then do it. By all means, do it. I just smacked camera, didn't I? These things always fit tight, and I hate dinging up the Hate dinging up the cap, but I guess sometimes it's just going to happen, isn't it? And there's the cap, all good and flush. And that's doing bearings on a new rotor. Now, if you were doing your old rotor and just changing out the bearings in it, you'd probably have an inner race that you would have to do. But these ones did not, so there you are. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and up in the corner here is a link to the playlist of the Skylark build. Hope to see you in the next video.